Back here with our female high school athlete of the week presented by Distinctive. It's Carlyle Johnson of Collegiate Volleyball. She had a really good weekend and off to a pretty solid start for the season. Carlyle, tell me about how the season's gone so far early in the season. You guys just had a tournament over the weekend. How did that go, and what are your overall thoughts on the team so far this year?
Yeah, the tournament went really well. We've had a lot of fun so far. We lost some pretty important players last year, so it's been fun and rewarding to kind of rebuild and get everybody to mesh together well. And I enjoyed last weekend. It was a lot of fun. We want to focus a lot on our energy and how we feel when we play, and I think we all were just excited to be on the court together and learn together.
Yeah, and it's early in the season. You guys are just 5 games into the new year. How's the team meshing so far? You said you guys have some new players in the fold. How's the team meshing so far, and what do you guys project to be this year?
It's been really good. We have some really strong seniors. We have 2, Macy and Natalie, and they're just so good at their job, and they are great leaders, and so it's been fun. Not only they help underclassmen, but we all just kind of uplift each other. It's all a mental game, and so you got to just keep everybody positive and in the game.
Yeah. And what kind of role are you taking on the team this year? I know you're now an upperclassman. What's kind of your role on the team as one of the better players on the team? Are you trying to embrace a newer leadership role?
Yeah, I try my best. I think the seniors do a great job, but I love to help them. I love to think analytically, and so I tell them, like, where's the holes, where can we swing at, who can we swing to, like that kind of thing. So I love helping more analytical, and then the seniors are great at more mental and physical.
Yeah. And you had a big weekend on the court, but also off the court. You committed to Duke over the weekend, the Blue Devils. What kind of went into that decision, and how did you come up on a timeline for making that commitment?
Yeah, I think one of the big things for me was education and the coaches. I think I'm grateful to go to this school, and so I knew I wanted to continue a high-level education, and then also my family. We were big KU fans, but my dad's got to switch sides for a little bit for volleyball. But, yeah, it's been good. I think my parents were a really big help on that decision. They just supported me throughout the way, and I love the coaches. They just felt like home, even though it's North Carolina, and so, yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah. What was the recruiting process like for you coming up with that decision? Was this kind of a timeline that you expected to be committed by the start of your junior year?
Yeah, I was really hoping to do so, just if I find the right fit. I guess I didn't really have a timeline for myself, but if I found the right fit, I knew I wanted to commit. And so, yeah, when June 15 started, I just kind of didn't really have a timeline, but I really loved Duke, and I loved what they stood for, and so, yeah.
Yeah, what's kind of your pregame routine like? How do you get prepared for a game, and how have you gone about that over the last couple years?
I think a big thing for me is prayer. I love to pray and, keep God in my focus, and then I also love kind of just like warm-up stuff, like warming your back, just really getting your body warm is really important, and stretching it out, and being with my teammates, talking about who are we playing against, how can we find their holes, their weak spots, and then really just coming together as a team, making sure we're all ready to go.
Yeah. Or how do you feel most comfortable preparing? Are you a film watcher, or are you kind of just a show and go? We'll beat anybody when I show up.
I got to get better at film watching, but I kind of just show and go. Our coaches are really good at what they do, and so they are really good at watching film. They tell us exactly what we need to do, but I could be better at that.
Yeah. What's your play style kind of like? You're a little bit taller than me. We're on a radio interview, but on the video, you're a little bit taller than me. You're one of the bigger players on the team. How do you kind of embrace that size and use it to your advantage?
Yeah, I think so. I'm kind of motivated by, energy, and so when there's low energy, you just got to I feel like it's up to players to pump it up, and so sometimes all it takes is like a big block or a hard swing to really get the energy going. But also I think a big part of it is placement and where you see the ball fitting and where you think it should go. Yeah.
And talk a little about your team chemistry and some of your friends on the team. It's a newer team this year. What's the team camaraderie like for you guys?
Yeah, this is a pretty small school, so we've all known each other. I've known a lot of these girls since I was like in lower school, middle school, and so it's been fun. We're all friends outside of volleyball, and so we grow together as friends, and then when we're on the court, we're all focused on volleyball, and so it's really fun because we all know we got to get the job done, and so we just kind of just join together and it's like a big hangout.
Yeah. Yeah, and you talked about your relationship with the coaches at Duke. Talk a little about your relationship with your coach here at Collegiate. What's it been like with him, and how has he helped you grow over the last couple of years?
Yeah, Coach Sandler's great. He came, I think, 3 years ago, but he's been amazing. He's really smart and analytical, and so he's able to really help us on that side because I think sometimes for high schoolers, thinking the analytical side can be hard. But, yeah, he's been great. He's been a great help for this team. Yeah.
And this year, off to a little bit of a rough start, but last season left to go. What are some of your goals, maybe individual or as a team? What are some of your goals for the season?
Yeah, I think some of our goals for the season is we just want to keep up a good mentality. I think sometimes it can be really tough. High school girls, we can get really down on ourselves, and I think a lot of us put pressure on ourselves. So I think supporting not only yourself but others is really important on our team.
And what's some of the things that motivate you? That on a rainy day, what gets you out of bed and to the court and makes you want to go out there every day?
Honestly, I think it's my teammates and my coaches. I think it's so fun. It's kind of just like being with your best friends and doing what I love, and so it's kind of an easy choice to go play volleyball.
Yeah. And who are somebody that maybe you look up to that inspires you day in and day out? It could be a family member, a teammate, or somebody else.
I would say probably my parents. They work hard, but they also just support me and my goals, and also my siblings, my older siblings. They were great athletes in high school, but I know it's important to be a well-rounded person, and so I think volleyball is just one of the key things to that.
Yeah. And who's maybe some of your favorite athletes to watch? Any sport can be volleyball, any sport that you watch. Do you have a favorite athlete?
I used to be a big tennis player, and I love Coco Gauff. And
wow.
so I love her energy on the court and just seeing her play.
So are you dialed into like the U.S. Open going on right now, or are you kind of focused on volleyball? Is that
I've had a lot of homework recently, so haven't been able to watch it as much.
early in the year? I'm sure you'll be able to watch some more film over the latter half of the season. Talk about this year's team. What can we expect from you guys down the stretch, and what are some of your expectations for the team?
Yeah, for sure. I think this year, we kind of have a little bit of an undersized team, and so it'll be really fun because when you're undersized, you really got to work on being smart with the ball. And so I think this year is about growing our volleyball IQs. I think that's really important, just no matter your size. But, yeah, I think that's something I really want to focus on this year. Yeah.
Well, that's our Female High School Athlete Week. Carlyle, thank you so much for your time, and best luck the rest of the season.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right, that's our Female High School Athlete of the Week presented by Distinct Ink.